For years, we've all been told something that feels as natural as taking a deep breath. It's a piece of advice that's been passed down with nothing but the best intentions. But what if I told you that very advice might actually be doing you more harm than good? Let's get into the truth about stretching.
I know, that sounds crazy, right? We've all had "don't forget to stretch" drilled into our heads our entire lives. But the real truth is, holding those stretches on cold muscles, well, that's the very thing that could lead to a really painful tear. It's about time we all learn the truth together. And believe me, this isn't just some small fitness tip we've gotten wrong. This is a deeply ingrained habit, a piece of misinformation that's been treated like fact for generations. We're talking about having to unlearn something we honestly thought was keeping us safe. And, you know, it's completely understandable why we all believed it. This advice came from people we trusted: our coaches, our doctors, all the experts on TV. When everyone you respect is saying the same thing, you just don't question it. You just do it. I have to tell you, I was almost a victim of this lie myself. I was getting ready for a walk, doing that same old calf stretch I must have done 1,000 times, and I felt this sharp, really scary pull. That close call is exactly what made me look into it, and what I found is just too important not to share with you. So let's get into the why of it all, because this isn't just my opinion. There's real, solid science behind this. It's what's known as the cold muscle trap, and it is time we all learned how to avoid it for good. Just look at this number. This is the sheer risk we've been taking. Studies are showing that static stretching, holding a stretch on cold muscles, can increase your risk of injury by as much as 30%. That is a huge number for something we all thought was keeping us safe. And this right here, this is the perfect way to understand why. Just think about it for a second. If you take a rubber band out of the freezer and try to stretch it, what's going to happen? It's stiff, it's brittle, and it's way more likely to snap than to stretch, right? Well, your cold muscles and tendons behave in the exact same way. And get this, it's not just about injury. It's also about your performance. Research actually shows that this kind of pre-workout static stretching can make you weaker, temporarily cutting down your muscles' power by up to 28%. So you're literally making your workout harder and more dangerous at the exact same time. And please know, this isn't some fringe theory I dug up somewhere. We're talking about major health organizations like the Mayo Clinic and the American College of Sports Medicine. They are now officially advising against this old practice. The science is in, and the verdict is pretty clear. So what's the answer? It's not about never stretching again. Oh no. It's about stretching smart. And that means understanding the really critical difference between static stretching, that's the old way, and dynamic movement, which is the new smart way. Okay, just look at this comparison. It says it all. On the left, you've got the old way, holding that fixed pose. We now know this actually weakens cold muscles and can cause tiny little tears. But now look at the right, the smart way. Dynamic movements are all about being gentle and flowing. They actively warm up your muscles, get that blood moving, and even lubricate your joints. They properly prepare your body for whatever you're about to do. Now, I want to be perfectly clear. Static stretching isn't the bad guy. It has a wonderful, important place in your routine, and that place is at the end. After your activity, when your muscles are all warm and pliable, like a warmed-up rubber band, that is the perfect time to hold those stretches to improve your flexibility. Just not before. So now that we know what not to do, what should we be doing instead? I'm going to give you a simple, safe, and really effective little routine that will completely change the way you prepare for any activity. Doesn't matter if it's a brisk walk, a game of pickleball, or just working out in the garden. Okay, here it is, your new 5-minute safety routine. It's all about gentle motion. First, just some simple arm circles, forwards and backwards. Next, you can hold onto a chair for balance and do some easy leg swings. Then some hip circles, like you're using a hula hoop. Follow that up with some gentle high knees, and finally, some soft torso rotations. Just try for about 10 to 15 of each. That's it. That's all it takes. And please, remember, the goal here is completely different from what we used to do. We are not trying to force our muscles to get longer. We are simply waking them up. We just want to get the blood flowing and raise the temperature in the muscles a little bit. The key word here is gentle. And really, it's as simple as that. You've now unlearned that old lie and replaced it with a much safer, smarter truth. You now have the knowledge you need to protect your body and prepare it the right way for all the things you love to do. So the last question I have for you is this. Think about your husband or wife, your friends, your children, maybe even your grandchildren who are probably still being taught the old way in gym class. Who in your life deserves to know this truth? Please, I'm asking you, share this with them. It really is an act of love.